In this video, we'll review how to integrate sources, but more importantly, how to choose good evidence. Let's review. Earlier in this semester, we talked about the quote sandwich. The quote sandwich is a three-step process for integrating your quote into your writing. Here are the 3 steps. For every quote that you include, you need to first introduce it with a signal phrase and a reporting verb. Then you need to include the quote, which is a line directly copied from the article. Remember to copy word for word exactly and to use quotation marks around the copied lines. And finally, you need to explain the quote in your own words and analyze it. On your paper, please write down the 3 steps to the quote sandwich. Pause the video if you need to walk back to your desk to grab it. What we're going to be focusing on today is choosing the right quote and the right piece of evidence. Not every sentence that the author writes is important. Some lines, some sentences are stronger than others. And we want to pick the best lines to put in our paper, the lines that best support the point that we're trying to make. So your evidence needs to show and support your point. Your evidence in your body paragraphs, whether it's a quote or a personal example, needs to show your point and support it, of course. We want it to be specific and relevant to both your paper as a whole and the specific body paragraph and the point stated in the topic sentence for that body paragraph. So here's a sample from writing assignment 2. A sample topic sentence is, having financial issues is one obstacle to success. For the rest of the body paragraph, what might the evidence be? There are 3 sentences here, and one of them is a stronger piece of evidence to support this particular topic sentence. Feel free to pause the video, read through the 3 sentences, and guess which one you think is the strongest piece of evidence for this topic sentence. If you chose the last one, you are correct. While the first 2 are interesting examples and could potentially fit another point, the first 2 do not demonstrate or show that financial issues, perhaps being a low-income student, is one obstacle to success. Here's another example from writing assignment 2. Another place fear comes from is feeling overwhelmed with the difficult and fast-paced course load. Think to yourself, what type of evidence is needed to support this point? I'm going to show you 3 quotes, and I want you to think about which quote fits that topic sentence that was on the previous slide and is on your piece of paper in front of you. Which quote fits that topic sentence the best? You're going to write your answer on your sheet and explain why. So here are the 3 quotes. Please pause the video, read them to yourself silently, and answer the questions on your piece of paper. Hopefully we said number 2. That is the correct answer. While the other 2, again, are strong quotes and good lines, and in fact, the quote sandwich looks pretty good, they don't actually demonstrate the topic sentence, which is about the difficulty and pace of college. Number 2 demonstrates that point about the pace and difficulty of college with an example from Jen, which is from the article, The Student Fear Factor. Now what you're going to do is pause the video and complete question 4, which is evidence practice. This may take you a few minutes, so feel free to close the video, return to your desk, and come back when it's finished. Now that you've completed question 4, make sure you've completed it before you continue. We're going to review your answers. Here's the topic sentence. Alcoholics Anonymous and Gamblers Anonymous are effective because they give their members vital support in coping with difficult problems. We could probably guess that the thesis statement for this essay in which this topic sentence appears is about the effectiveness of Alcoholics Anonymous and Gamblers Anonymous, and that this one specific body paragraph focuses on The reason that they're effective is because of members being vital to the support and coping with difficult problems. So here we have our list of evidences or examples. Which of these details best supports that topic sentence? It's not the second one. While that's good information, it does not support the point here about membership. It's also not the second to last one. Information about gambling in specific doesn't really support this topic sentence. And it's not the last one either, which is about a different type of anonymous groups. But it is the rest of the four. So take a moment to compare your answers with the correct answers on the screen to see if you got them right. It's fine if you didn't, but think about what made you choose that versus the others. The ones that are correct here, labeled in green, are ones that demonstrate how being a member of these anonymous groups and having that support is really vital to coping with difficult problems. Here's the second exercise. This topic sentence was about becoming a vegetarian. Many people become vegetarians because livestock are treated cruelly. We can imagine that the thesis statement in which this topic sentence appears is about why people become vegetarians. And this topic sentence, this specific body paragraph, focuses on one reason, which is on the livestock being treated cruelly. Here's our details. We have a little bit more this time. Which ones actually support that point that the reason people become vegetarians is because of the livestock treatment? Well, one detail is this information about chickens that are raised in factories, which experience a lot of suffering. Another is more information on these crowded cages, again, demonstrating the point about livestock being treated cruelly. Again, we have this one about antibiotics. This one, which is the third to last, you may have clicked or checked yes or no. It doesn't necessarily talk about the treatment of the livestock, but it does, perhaps in combination with another sentence, it may support the topic sentence. So that's why we have a question mark there. What about the rest of the ones, Well, knowing about heart attacks and cholesterol does not relate to livestock being treated cruelly, so that would not fit this topic sentence. Again, cholesterol does not relate to livestock being treated cruelly, and vegetarians in India does not relate to the topic sentence. So as a reminder, strong evidence, strong details are specific. They're relevant, and they support the point of your paragraph directly. Now you will return to your worksheet and your desk and complete the rest of the worksheet, which is about a paragraph from Writing Assignment 3. Please close the video and complete the worksheet.